Welcome everyone to today. It's another ceremony in our program called Honoring a Veteran from Great for State. Today we're presenting certificates for wartime service. We're presenting Silver Star Honorable Service medals to 2 POW families and a Silver Star Honorable Service medal to a Purple Heart recipient, and Gold Star medals to World War II families and Vietnam families. To start the program, I would like to ask Jack Stearns, Mills Road Purple Heart, and my able assistant to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So those that can stand, please stand.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
It's my honor to introduce the first, I'll say, guest speaker, my boss, General John W. Libby. I've had the pleasure to serve with General Libby both in uniform and out of uniform, as I am now today, Director of Veteran Services of the State of Maine. I could not ask for a better boss in supporting veterans and the things we do for veterans, or a better leader of the Maine Army National Guard, General John W. Libby.
Thank you, Peter. I simply want to say a couple of words in thanks to start this ceremony today. First of all, thanks for Peter. It was 7 or 8 years ago he had the inspiration for this program, which gives long overdue state recognition to our veterans and their families. Secondly, I'd like to thank the legislature for supporting this program. Governor LePage, and I really need to say the first family, because the governor and Mrs. LePage have been magnificent in their support, not only of this program, but in their recognition of the service and sacrifice of men and women in uniform, particularly the men and women of the Maine National Guard, and they have embraced them and their families and their work in the veterans community and the active community is legendary in 9 months. So Governor, thank you and Mrs. LePage for what you do. But most importantly, let me thank the folks who are here, the veterans for your service and sacrifice, and for the families who are represented here for your sacrifice. I tell our young men and women when they get ready to deploy all the time, we got the easy part. We go off, we know what we're expected to do on a day-to-day basis, and we leave behind spouses. It used to be predominantly wives, but now I'm forced to say, with 16% of my organization being female, we leave behind spouses who are forced to deal with whatever we've left behind in the form of responsibilities, to include children, with one set of hands where there used to be 2 sets of hands. So for the family members that are here, I recognize and honor your sacrifice also. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank General George Washington. It was Washington who reminds us on a regular basis that any generation's willingness to serve in its nation's wars, regardless of how justified they are directly proportional to how we remember and honor veterans of previous wars. And that's why we're here today. I'd like to believe that my grandchildren will not be asked to serve, but our history indicates that they too will face their challenges and get the opportunity to wear this nation's uniform. So it's important that they see and understand that we honor and remember your service and sacrifice. It's my pleasure at this time to introduce my Commander-in-Chief, our Governor, Governor Paul LePage.
Thank you, General. All the men and women in uniform, they are truly the heroes of our nation. They're the reason I can stand here, the reason the General and his staff and the legislative support that we can honor people, because we are a free people. However, honoring the military comes with a high price. As a governor, I have the privilege of meeting many military members and their families. And we recognize hundreds of people. Even last evening, we had our monthly dinner with military families. And there's no greater no greater privilege as a governor to stand there and to honor the military. I'm indebted to the families, family members, veterans, past and present, and many who will be future veterans. Last evening there were some that will be future veterans in the near future. But it's also a great that we have to have ceremonies like this to honor in one hand, but also to remember those who give it all. Made the ultimate sacrifice so the rest of us can be here today. Our history demonstrates that Mainers have always been there, ready when the call comes. During the Civil War, the 1st Maine Heavy Artillery experienced some of the largest casualties in a single battle. Maine, on a per capita basis, has some of the highest numbers in the military. They've served every war, World War I, II, Korean War, Vietnam War, several conflicts, and now we have many of our young in Iraq and Afghanistan. So we continue as a state to send large numbers of our citizens in harm's way. And they do it voluntarily, and they do it with pride. This past session, I was very proud to sign a bill named an Act honoring Gold Star families through a special registration plate. Made Maine the last state to designate such a license plate. And that saddens me a great deal that we were last. I can assure you, as your governor, while I am your governor, that the military will not be last. And not just myself, but my lovely wife, who today is away in Boston, has committed herself to work with families of the military and to meet as many military veterans and members of National Guard and Reserves as we possibly can during our stay here in the Blaine House. Today, we are here to honor Mainers lost in combat operations, Mainers who were authorized the Purple Heart. I am honored to participate, but I'm also very heavy-hearted that the people are honoring and not here themselves. Thanks for inviting me for this celebration and this terrific honor as your governor. God bless our troops, their families, all our veterans, and God bless America.
I'm glad the governor mentioned the Gold Star license plates. I will tell you honestly, Governor, the majority of these families are here because of that Gold Star license plate. The applications come to my office, and we've been running our program looking for families of veterans since 2007, going backwards to World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And it's been a slow process identifying the families. The Gold Star license plate has helped me do that, because the majority of the families that are here today came across my desk with that Gold Star license plate application, so I knew who the family member was. And so we could invite them to come here so we could recognize that process. As I mentioned, our program is called Honoring a Veteran from a Grateful State. We have 3 state medals. We have a Gold Star medal, a Silver Star medal, and a Bronze Star service medal. They're all honorable service medals. The face of the medal is the same except for the color of the stars. There's 5 little stars on the face of the medal, and representing the 5 branches of service, and the color either gold, silver, or bronze, depending on that. The face of the medal says honorable service on it, and on the inside is a state seal. On the back of the medal is inscribed the name of the person's individual, and individual's name, and the war period, or for those that are Purple Heart recipients will have a PH, gas, VN for Vietnam, or Korea, World War II, whatever, on that, or POW status, in which war period. The face of the medal actually is kind of interesting because it goes along with our World War II plaque. It has little pine boughs around the face of it. It has 16 little pine cones on it. Can somebody tell me why we have 16 pine cones? 16 counties. It may be so much. And the small pine cones represent Maine's youth who went off the war. The back of the Gold Star medal and the Bronze Star medal is inscribed to those who made the ultimate sacrifice from a grateful state, and inscribed the name and the country that the individual or warfare that the individual was killed in. On the back of the Silver Star medal is inscribed the individual's name, and I said the war period they were killed in or whatever. With also to them we have certificates, and I'll tell you honestly, can you hear me? All right, because I happen to leave my sample certificates home. I didn't bring them, so I'm going to use this one. These are certificates that match the flags that hang here in the Hall of Flags. This is for World War II and a Korean service. And on the face of it is the picture of the flag that hangs over here on the side of the wall of World War II. And for the Korean one, it hangs over here on the Korean one. And I'll quickly read the citation for certificate of appreciation of the citizen of Maine to the individual's name in recognition of your honorable service during World War II, Korea, Vietnam, or the Persian Gulf, or the Cold War. We have certificates for all war periods. We, the citizens of the state of Maine, express our sincere appreciation for your sacrifice, courage, and willingness to serve our great state and nation. We are proud of you and thank you for your contribution to defense and freedom. It's signed Paul R. Page, Governor, and John W. Libby, the Adjutant General. And if they served in more than one war period, we will give them a certificate for each war period they served in. And we have many veterans from Maine that served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, or Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, or Vietnam, Persian Gulf, some multiple war periods. And what we're going to do is actually, we start the process. I'll read the individual's name we're recognizing, the veteran that we're recognizing, and at that point, the family members that's here to receive the medal or certificates will come forward. The Governor General will stand here in the middle. We'll make the presentation for you. Mr. Ferd, Jack Stearns will take the medals and certificates off the table and give them to the General and the Governor. So, Governor General, come forward. We're going to do a certificate of appreciation first, and we always do our certificates and medals by the war period in alphabetical order. The first person we're recognizing is Commander John F. Plummer, Navy, World War II, Korea, and Augusta. So his family come forward, please. His daughter Terry, and his son Norman's here. Commander Plummer was responsible for establishing the Navy Reserve Center down here. It used to be in Capitol Park, but back in the old days, after the end of the Korean War, he served in World War II in Korea, and he was responsible for establishing that for us. The next certificate is going to PH1 Norman P. Plummer. He's an Air Force and Navy veteran, served in Korea and Vietnam. He's from Augusta, and he's actually Commander Plummer's son. And with them, we have, actually, for Commander Plummer, we gave his daughter one of our commander points for World War II, and for Norman, we have one of our commander points for Korea, the national flags. The next ceremony is going to be the Silver Star on the Service Medals. Yeah, I can do my first one. through this again. The State of Maine Silver Star Honorable Service Medal is presented to the veteran's name in recognition of his honorable service as a prisoner of war, or a Purple Heart recipient for a Purple Heart, or if we have both, we'll have both on the certificate. This one says for World War II and for his service in the armed forces of our country. We, the citizens of the state of Maine, express our sincere appreciation for his courage and his willingness to serve our great state nation. We are proud of him and grateful to him for his commitment to defense of freedom. Signed, Paul Allen Page, Governor of Maine, and John W. the Adjutant General. And along with it comes the wartime certificate also. And for those that are for all of our veterans, if you look around, you see the veterans that have their hats on, you'll notice they have lapel pins or buttons all the time. These come with lapel pins that the family can wear or the veteran can wear. And for those Gold Star ones that were killed in action, they'll have a Gold Star one and also a Silver Star lapel pin, because the Silver Star goes for a Purple Heart. The family can wear those, or the veteran can wear those. That's our opportunity. These are presentation medals more than they are wearable medals for us. That's a state medal. Staff Sergeant Andrew J. Brown, prisoner of war, Germany, during World War II from North Window. I'm not sure the family member made it here. Yeah, that's all. Right? Yeah, good. Receiving the medal on behalf of the family is his daughter, Stanley. Howland, POW, Korean War, Waterville. Receiving the medal on behalf of the families is his daughter, Catherine. The next individual is the Purple Heart recipient. Special 5th Class Percy L. Brown Jr., Army, wounded in action 13 July 67 in Vietnam from Deer Isle. Now we'll meet the Gold Star presentations. The Gold Star Honorable Service Medal is presented to the family of, in recognition of his honorable service in the United States Army or Marine Corps or other portions. He made the ultimate sacrifice while serving his country, and we put the country in World War II, and this one is for Somalia. And we, the citizens of the state of Maine, express our sincere appreciation for his courage, his willingness to serve our state and nation, his commitment to defense of freedom. With great pride and deep sorrow, we honor him and we honor you for your sacrifice. Signed, Paul Allen Page, Governor of Maine, and John W. Logan, the Adjutant General. Starting in World War II, PFC Philip G. Cote, Army, missing in action 25 December 44, World War II, from Dexter. Receiving the medal on behalf of the family is his sons, David and Douglas, or David. PFC, Ferd C. Flagg, Irving, killed in action 21 April 45, World War II, from Brewer. Receiving a medal on behalf of the family is his son Douglas. And his daughter. Sergeant Stanley Logan, Army, died of injury September 43, World War II, from Eastport. Receiving the medal on behalf of the family is his brother James. Tech Sergeant Arthur E. Martin, Army Air Force, killed in action 29 July 44, World War II, from Augusta. Receiving the medal on behalf of the family is his nephew Peter Martin. MM3C Lenwood L. Owen, Navy, killed in action July 44, World War II, from Eastport. Receiving the medal on behalf of the family is his niece. I'm not sure if she made it today. Seaman First Class George W. Parker, Navy, killed in action 10 August 43, World War II, from Portland. Receiving the medal on behalf of the family is his son Irving. First Lieutenant Benjamin H. Robinson, Army, killed in action 26 July 44, World War II, from Belfast. Receiving the medal on behalf of the family is his son Lee. Corporal Irving Marines, killed in action 2 February 45, World War II, from Freeport. Receiving the medal on behalf of the family is his niece Robin Parker. Vietnam, Spec Corps, John Bailey, Army, killed in action 24 February 69, Vietnam, from Gardiner. Receiving the medal on behalf of the family's brother Earl. I went to school with John in Gardiner a long time ago. Spec Corps, Donald H. Bartlett, Irving, died of injuries 31 October 68 in Vietnam, from Stonington. Receiving the medal on behalf of the family is his sister Nancy. I'm not sure she's here. Jeff Chase, Marines, died of wound 17 December 68, Vietnam, from Howland. Receiving a medal on behalf of the family is his sister Susan. Captain Walter L. Hall, Army, killed in action 10 June 65, Vietnam, from Old Town. Receiving a medal on behalf of the family's his son, Sean. Private Larry J. Nadeau, Army, killed in action 2 January 66, Vietnam, from Bangor. Receiving a medal on behalf of the family is his brother. Private Bradford S. Nicholson, Marines, killed in action 1 September 66, Vietnam, Stockton Springs. Receiving a medal on behalf of the family is his brother Mark. This is a picture of Bradford that Mark brought along. Spec 4 Gordon E. Tibbetts, Army, killed in action 26 March 71, Vietnam, Butte Harbor. Receiving a medal on behalf of the family is his mother, Gertrude. Lance Corporal Eric M. Wardwell, Marines, killed in action 4 September 67, Vietnam, from Bucksport. Receiving the medal on behalf of the family is his mother, Phyllis. I'd like to read the names of those who did not make today's ceremony, but we want to recognize as part of our program that were identified. PFC Freeman E. Buzzell, Army, killed in action 18 April 45, World War II, from Pittsfield. Spec 4 Robert D. Cranston, Army, died of non-battle injuries 18 December 70, Vietnam, from Bangor. PFC Thomas M. Sullivan, Army, killed in action 31 March 67, Vietnam from Bangor. PFC Michael P. Amo, Marines, died of injuries 10 April 68, Vietnam, Bangor. Master Sergeant Gary I. Gordon, Army, killed in action 3 October 93, Somalia, from Lincoln. That concludes our presentation. Yes?
Corporal Brandon Nadeau.
Oh, excuse me. Corporal Brandon Nadeau, Marines, killed in action 1942, World War II, Waterville, receiving the medal on behalf of his family and his nephew, Chris Roy. Did I forget anybody else? Please, everyone, take a round of applause for all the families and all the veterans here for serving today. Please thank them for their service. In closing, I'd like to say to the World War II families and I feel that World War II veterans that we recognize them. We have not forgotten you. We kind of misplaced you for 60 years. To our pre-war veterans and their families, we talk about the war is not forgotten. Those veterans are not forgotten. You see the flag on the wall, the recognition we're doing. To my Vietnam veterans, fellow veterans, I tell them welcome home. Thank them for their service. The youngest kids today serving today, young Libby and I would offer to comment that they are the next greatest generation serving today. First volunteer military. Raise your hands if you don't know they're going to combat and serve today. They do it tremendously well. As the General mentioned to all the families, we thank you for your service and your sacrifice. And I would like to say to all of you here, I can use your help as we identify veterans. We have 3,500 men and women we've lost since World War II from Maine. 2,551 in World War II. 233 in Korea. 343 in Vietnam. 2 in the Persian Gulf, 2 in Somalia, and we have 51 dog tags hanging on our memorial over here, recognizing the current war. The young families, the current war people we have recognized. I'm still looking for 3,000 families out there, so we can sure use your help. If you know somebody that's a relative of somebody or a friend down the street that may have lost a loved one or have a veteran that they have recognized, please have them contact my office. And thank you for coming today. Thank you very much.